and welcome to a brand new episode of Sportscast Jersey. Today we are joined by local swimmer Filip Nowacki. How are you doing, Filip?
I'm very well, thank you.
Good, good. I kind of want to. We're obviously going to talk a lot about your swimming career and how it's going up to now. But I want to take you right back for starters. And um, have you always been a sporty kid growing up when you were younger? Do you remember just taking part in loads of sport?
Um, I'd say I was. I think my parents gave me an opportunity to do any sport I wanted, so I did a bit of football when I was younger. Obviously, did a lot of triathlon as well as cycling and running and badminton and all the sports really.
Yeah, yeah. What are your first memories of swimming, and do you remember when it first came into your life?
Um, I think I started when I was in Lemuria, and to be honest with you, I hated it. I used to cry before getting in the pool every time, and used to hate having my ears in the cap and my head in the water. I absolutely hated it.
Yeah. What made you? Do you remember the time where it kind of clicked and you kind of started enjoying it? And is there a reason behind that kind of switch as well?
I think as I got older, I'd say like approached the age of 10, and I moved to Jersey Swimming Club from Lemuria. And obviously getting thrown into a more competitive squad where we did like multiple training sessions a week, not just the odd Saturday afternoon for half an hour. And I think that's where I really caught love for the sport.
Yeah, yeah. Were you kind of a natural when you did take that kind of step, and or did it take time for you to really figure out that you're quite good at this?
Um, I think I was a bit lost for a bit, and just to be honest, just showed up and swam in circles. But I think as I did it more, I got the hang of it a bit more, and then just progressed and progressed through.
Yeah, yeah. Obviously nowadays you're going away, going to meets, going to competitions. But when you were younger, how much did you enjoy the local kind of galas and that competitive side to the sport?
I loved it. I love racing to this day. So I absolutely love all the club champs, the island champs, the Channel Island champs. I absolutely love it all.
Yeah, yeah. And obviously Tigers themselves, they've done a lot over your career. Obviously, we'll talk about Nathan later, but there's other coaches as well. How good are they as a swimming club? And not just for the swimming, but how many friends have you made through that club?
Um, I've made tons of friends through the club. I love racing them. I love going out with them on a weekend or a Friday night, just for a drink or to catch up, really. And I think having that as part of the sport is amazing and has really helped me progress through as I've gotten older, having them by my side and, having them go through the same thing as you're going through, or especially having the older ones that have already been through what you're going through, especially when you're like balancing exams, you've always got someone to look up to and like almost ask questions and.
Yeah, yeah. Um, I just want to touch on that. Obviously, swimming. uh, Many might know, but a lot won't know just how much goes into becoming a good swimmer. The hours that get put in and the before school, after school at the young age. So just go through kind of the training sessions that you kind of are going through now and have been going through for a while now.
Well, I mean, you don't start off with 20 hours, 25 hours, but this past year I've been on 16 in the pool, which we built up to 18. So that's 8 to 9 sessions towards the end of the season. And it was 2 to 3 gym sessions a week, throughout exams, throughout school, and it's just constant, constant, constant.
How did you find that battle with exams as well?
I think I was quite confident going in, and I didn't really miss any sessions through exams, which I'm obviously pleased about.
Yeah,
And I gave it my all, and it worked out well. Fingers crossed about the exams part, but
yeah, yeah. Sure
sports
did,
definitely did.
sure did, sure did. Let's touch on Nathan now. Obviously, Nathan's a huge name in swimming in Jersey in general, but obviously Tigers, he is the key face, the key kind of coach. How big has he been throughout your journey up to this day and now coaching at GB as well?
I mean, his influence not only on my journey, but all the other swimmers that swim for the club, whether like they're 11 or 15 or they've gone through and now they're at uni. I think his influence has been amazing and has been massive on everyone.
What makes him such a good coach and such a likable figure as well?
Um, I think his personality and his sense of humor definitely helps. He's not all just stuck up about swimming and like serious and almost like toxic, like, but he's very laid back, but like gets the job done.
Yeah, yeah. Amazing, amazing. You've obviously been off island a lot, competing with GB with for Jersey as well. The first kind of one I want to touch on is the Youth Commonwealths. How much did you enjoy that experience? Obviously, going away as part of Jersey, and how good was that?
So that was my first trip representing Jersey, like properly, like not in just inside of the Interinsula, but where there's been other nations, and to get flown all the way out to Trinidad with the team and like with my friends and with Nathan, obviously. I mean, it was just amazing. The whole experience, getting to race countries like Australia, New Zealand, or like Cayman Islands, which I hadn't previously, it was just amazing.
Yeah, yeah. And obviously did well over there. And how do you get nervous before races, or you're kind of calm, kind of what your pre-race thoughts, kind of?
Um, so I do get nervous before races, but I think that's normal. I think if I didn't, then like I wouldn't care.
Yeah,
So I feel like that's good that I do, but I think I manage it well before races and I don't over panic or, get out of breath or just the heart rate raise and, a bit of adrenaline in the body.
yeah, yeah. Do you have a routine like you see footballers have weird routines, and do you have a routine that you stick with all the time, or does it vary?
I think it varies depending on what event I do as well, like mixed in with the warm up and stuff, but I think it's pretty standard.
Yeah, yeah.
My prep and going into the race and I think that's pretty standard.
Yeah, yeah. Um, Another one that I wanted to touch on, obviously Adam Peaty. Most who are into swimming probably know Adam Peaty, the name, and know that he's a good swimmer. So, well, a world-class swimmer. Um, so obviously you raced with him in a race with him. How surreal was that? Obviously, going from seeing him on TV, probably looking up to him, and then being a couple lanes down from him.
Definitely amazing, very surreal. And I think when he came up, I've spoken about this before, but when he came up and gave me and Max, the other junior, a fist bump just before the race, I was like, is this actually happening? Like, no way. And like to see him go on to Paris and swim amazingly again is it's amazing. Knowing that I had the opportunity to race in the same pool as him at the same time.
Yeah, yeah, and how obviously amazing that you were there as well. Obviously, worked hard, got that opportunity. How happy are you to be competing at that level at such a young age as well?
Um, well, I'm very fortunate to be in a position I am and to be given these opportunities where I can compete against the best in the world, I guess you could say.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Yeah, definitely, definitely. You touched on obviously another junior in that race, but when you go away to these competitions, obviously it can be similar people around you, similar swimmers. How much do you enjoy that kind of seeing similar people? Do you build friendships, or is it a real rivalry all the time?
No, I think before the race it's rivalry, but it's like friendly. But after the race, everyone's speaking. We're in the cool down pool having a great time and everyone's talking. And I think it's
Yeah.
great. I love it personally because I think it keeps me going. I think it keeps everyone else going as we like push ourselves further and further and see who's the best.
Yeah, I was gonna say, how much do you push yourselves on, push each other on as well? Obviously, you push yourself in your own way, in your own determination to get to the top, but how much do the others actually help as well?
I mean, I think it does help, especially with the people I train with back here at Tigers. I feel like having them is good because like everyone wants to get their hand on the wall first, whether it's in this race or whether it's in training, or everyone just wants to hold the best average in training, and it's really competitive, but it's good and I like it. So
Yeah, yeah. Amazing, amazing. Um, as I said before filming this, I spoke to Nathan and asked him to give me a couple of kind of pointers for what I should ask. He was speaking to me about a celebration you did on the podium as well, Cole Palmer one. Where did that come about and why did you do that?
I think I just had a bet with my friends who said that if I do get on the podium, I do the cold Palmer. So
Yeah.
I had to honor my end of the deal.
Good, good. How good have they been as well over the journey so far? Your friends back home and your family in supporting you and everything that you want to do.
Well, I've obviously covered the friends, and like having them is amazing, and being able to go away to Sheffield for nationals as well as Tigers, not just like GB, so bonding with other people is great. And I mean, family as well, obviously, both my parents having to like, you say it, but like dropping me off in the morning, for example, but 4 or 5 times a week, every week, non-stop, and like cooking me separate dinner because I can't have this and I'm not going to have that. So I think the support I get, I'm very grateful for, and I wouldn't have been able to do any of this without anyone.
Yeah, yeah. Amazing, amazing. Let's talk about the nationals briefly. Oh, not briefly. Obviously, you smashed it over there. How good does it feel when you do go over there and you do well and reach the kind of goals that you aim for as well? How good does that feel inside as well?
It feels amazing, but well, I mean, yeah, it does. I don't really know what to say. I'm speechless to be honest, but yeah, no, it feels great.
Yeah, yeah. Um, how good is it the support when you as well from the media back home, from the those back home that just see the social media posts as well? How good is that as well?
Whether it's posting or I think it's great.
Yeah,
It's good
yeah,
to have that kind of publicity as well.
definitely, definitely. What would you say is your kind of standout achievement so far? What really stands out as that's the one that I'm really proud of above the rest?
Um, I think my European Junior silver this year in Lithuania.
Yeah, yeah. And just why was that the standout and why is that so special to you?
Because I think going into the competition, I was 15th or 16th, and to come out second with a record, I think it's just amazing. So I wasn't like expecting it.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Within the race as well, how how focused are you? Are you just focused on your own? I've been watching Olympics, so it's just interesting to know this sort of thing. Are you just focused on your own kind of lane, or do you have a feeling of where everyone else is as well?
I think as you get to like the more international stage and you start going to bigger competitions, they always like reinforce the fact that, if you've got a lane, you've got a chance. It's the same lane that someone else has got, and it's the same lane as the other person's got. So I think as I've gotten older, I've focused more on myself and like, this is my lane. I'm not focused on anyone else in the pool. I'm just going to swim my race how I want to swim, straight to swim, looking almost or seeing what the other person's doing next to me.
Yeah, yeah, definitely. No, good tips. Um, in terms of future goals, obviously, Olympics is on now, and it's been mentioned for yourself and in the past as well, just how far you could go. How hungry are you to get to that stage and to really push on that far?
I mean, I think for every athlete in my position has the Olympics as their main goal. I think that's just a given. So hopefully, if I do strive and take opportunities that are given to me, I can make it in 4 years, and if not in four, then maybe eight. But I think if I just keep putting in hard work, then fingers crossed that the opportunity opens itself up.
Yeah, yeah. Is 4 years time the goal for you personally? Is that something you've set yourself?
I think definitely. I think that gives me something to, in the long term, not just, oh yeah, season over, but like in the long term, really keep me going and
Yeah,
striving for more.
yeah, definitely exciting times for sure. Um, in the short term, what is next for you? What's coming up, and where can we see you next?
So I've got one more year as a junior. So I think making that European junior team is next season's big goal, I guess. So like swim well in April, get selected on the team, and then fingers crossed swim well at juniors.
Yeah,
But if not, Island Games next year, which I think I'll be doing anyways.
yeah, no,
Fingers crossed. I think as my Island Games, representing Jersey again, I think that'd be an amazing trip, and that's with Nathan again. So I think that'd be amazing, and all the friends that I swim with here now. Yeah, so I'm really looking forward to next season.
yeah, sounds exciting. Obviously you're still young, so it might be kind of too early to ask this question, but you've come a long way already. So for any juniors below you, younger than you, what are your kind of tips to really push on in swimming and to compete at the competitions you're competing at?
Um, I personally think that what you put in is what you get out. So the more you put in, the more you'll get out. Usually, unless you're like, injury prone or you've got this going on or that going on, I think the more you put in, the more you will get out. So I
Yeah,
think just keep striving for more and more and more and try to be the best at everything you can be, even the little things.
yeah. And for yourself, how important is it the enjoyment of the sport as well? Obviously, you're competing at these competitions, the pressure that comes with that. But how important is the enjoyment, and how much are you still enjoying the sport as well?
I think you have to enjoy the sport to be able to do it. It'd be quite hard to force yourself to, do so much every week, just continuously and monotonously if you didn't enjoy the sport. So I think you do need to enjoy the sport, but then again, like no one really enjoys getting up on a Saturday morning at 5. So there's that balance that you need to find.
Yeah. And once again, how far do you want to go in the sport? Just as a final question, and what is the pinnacle that you want to reach?
Definitely making it to the Olympics. Whether I win silverware there or not, I don't know yet, but definitely making that Olympic team is a big dream of mine.
Yeah. Top man. Thank you for today and thank you for speaking to me today. Keep doing what you're doing because it's amazing to watch and follow, and obviously for yourself, it's incredible achievement. So well done and keep going.
Thank you very much.
Top man. Thank you to everyone that has watched or listened to this episode. Another episode of Sportscast Jersey is coming soon.